Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Explainer. Today, we are unpacking one of the most fundamental and honestly fascinating concepts in all of digital communication, TCP versus UDP. We're going to look closely at exactly how data is actually transmitted between applications across the internet and the massive engineering trade-offs that literally make our modern digital lives possible.
Let's kick things off with a question I'm sure you've all experienced firsthand. Why is it that your live Zoom video call might suddenly glitch out, drop a frame, or just freeze for a second, but when you transfer money between your bank accounts, the system never, ever loses a single penny? Well, it all comes down to a fundamental engineering trade-off between two distinct priorities: perfect reliability versus blistering speed.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really understand this trade-off, we first have to remember how data actually moves across networks. Whenever you send an email, load a video, or request a web page, your data doesn't just travel as one giant unbroken block. Instead, it gets chopped up into small, independent pieces called packets. And here is the somewhat chaotic baseline reality of the internet. These packets travel completely independently. Along the journey, they can get lost, become corrupted, experience weird delays, or even arrive completely out of order. Because of this chaos, your device absolutely needs a management system to figure out how to handle the delivery.
To make this abstract digital concept a bit more concrete, think of it like the postal service. You really have two main options when sending a message. Option 1 is certified delivery. You require a signature, you have detailed tracking, and you get absolute confirmation when the package arrives safely. It's incredibly reliable, right? But all that tracking takes extra time. Option 2 is just dropping a regular postcard in the mail. You send it immediately, there's zero tracking and zero confirmation. It is much faster and highly efficient, but there's always that slight chance it gets lost in transit. In networking, these two distinct strategies map perfectly to our primary communication protocols, TCP and UDP.
All right, let's look at contender number 1, TCP, which stands for Transmission Control Protocol. TCP is the certified mail of the internet. It is a communication protocol explicitly designed to guarantee reliable data transmission. With TCP, the rule is absolute perfection. There can be no missing information, no corrupted data, and no incorrect ordering. It is methodical, it is extremely cautious, and it prioritizes absolute reliability above everything else.
So, how does it pull this off? TCP achieves this perfection through a meticulous setup process called the three-way handshake. Before a single piece of actual data is even sent, the two devices have a formal conversation. Step 1, the sender reaches out and says, "Hey, I want to connect." Step 2, the receiver replies, "Connection accepted, I hear you." Step 3, the sender confirms, "Great, I am ready to begin." Only after this careful verification does the data transmission actually begin. This ensures both sides are perfectly ready, but it introduces a major trade-off: communication overhead. Basically, it takes time to do things perfectly.
Once the data is finally flowing, TCP acts kind of like a strict accountant. It actively manages the quality of the connection. Every single time the receiver gets a packet, it has to send an acknowledgement back. If the sender realizes that, say, packet number 5 just vanished into the void, TCP will literally hit the brakes. It pauses the entire process and forces the retransmission of that missing data. It will also painstakingly reorder packets if they happen to arrive jumbled. For TCP, reliability is paramount, even if it means slowing down the entire process just to recover lost data.
But what if you simply don't have time to wait? Enter contender number 2, UDP or User Datagram Protocol. UDP is designed purely for fast communication. It has minimal overhead and, crucially, it offers absolutely no delivery guarantees. UDP is the postcard. Its entire philosophy is to send data as quickly as possible and not waste a single millisecond verifying if it actually arrived. It is fast, it's loose, and it is highly dynamic.
Because it heavily prioritizes speed, UDP skips that entire three-way handshake we just talked about. It just starts throwing data at the destination immediately. It completely ignores acknowledgements. And if a packet gets lost in transit, UDP simply does not care, and it never ever stops to retransmit it. By eliminating all that management overhead, UDP achieves massive reductions in delay.
So the crucial takeaway here is knowing when to use which protocol. Applications that rely on TCP are the ones where missing data would cause a total failure. Think about your daily web browsing. When you load Amazon to do some shopping, or when your browser loads the images and text for this very explainer, you need all the data to arrive perfectly. Missing packets would literally break the web page. The same goes for sending an email, transferring a file, communicating with cloud APIs, and of course, processing banking transactions. For these critical workloads, TCP is really the only logical choice.
Now contrast that with the applications relying on UDP. Think about a live video conference on Zoom, streaming a live football game, or playing a fast-paced online multiplayer game. In these scenarios, ask yourself, would you rather your entire video call freeze and pause for 3 seconds just to recover a single missing frame of video from the past? Or would you rather the video simply drop a frame, maybe glitch for a microsecond, and keep the live conversation moving instantly? Yeah, most of us prefer immediate continuation. For real-time applications and IoT sensors, speed matters vastly more than perfect reliability.
And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate head-to-head matchup. It all comes down to the specific needs of the application. TCP is slower, sure, but reliability is guaranteed because it's a heavily managed, connection-oriented protocol. UDP is significantly faster, but packet loss is entirely possible and totally acceptable because it's a connectionless protocol. A really common beginner mistake is assuming UDP means broken communication. Actually, scratch that. It's not broken at all. It's just a perfectly optimized strategy for low latency performance.
All right, moving right along to the bigger picture, cloud architecture and cybersecurity.
Now, let's zoom out a bit from your personal laptop to the massive cloud infrastructure actually powering the modern internet. Because at a global scale, understanding these two protocols isn't just fun trivia, it is absolutely foundational to building the web. At the enterprise level, cloud load balancers, like the incredibly powerful ones running at Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud, are out there constantly managing millions of simultaneous connections. Infrastructure engineers must actively design their systems to handle these different protocols. They'll spin up carefully managed TCP endpoints for their web apps and databases, while simultaneously configuring UDP endpoints for their live gaming servers or video streams. Choosing the right protocol for the right workload optimizes the entire architecture and ensures a smooth experience for millions of users. Furthermore, this distinction is absolutely mandatory in the realm of cybersecurity. Security teams rely heavily on deep packet analysis, complex traffic filtering, and intricate firewall rules to keep networks safe. Because malicious actors frequently design DDoS attacks to exploit very specific behaviors of either TCP or UDP, like, say, starting millions of TCP handshakes without ever actually finishing them, deep protocol awareness is totally required to spot and neutralize these threats.
Which is exactly why understanding this trade-off is such a massive career advantage. This knowledge forms the bedrock for highly sought-after careers in cloud engineering, networking engineering, cybersecurity, DevOps, and site reliability. Networking isn't just about moving data through wires anymore. It is a critical engineering skill centered around choosing the perfect, optimized strategy for highly complex distributed systems.
And that brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. As the future of networking rapidly shifts toward AI-managed infrastructure, autonomous systems, and ultra-low latency edge computing, we really have to ask ourselves, will the relentless demand for pure speed eventually force us to rethink our standards for perfect reliability entirely? It's a pretty fascinating question to consider as these technologies evolve. In our next explainer, we're going to build right on top of this foundation by exploring another critical piece of the puzzle: ports and sockets, and how applications actually plug into these networks. Thanks so much for learning with me today. Keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.